Like I'm live. So, everybody, welcome to the RV Small Talk Friday Live. You know that we like to pop in on Fridays about noon Central Time just to shoot the breeze, have some conversation with everyone, and see how you're doing, and maybe talk about some stuff. And as you can tell, at the moment, it's just me again. I do expect PJ will be hopping in here. We've been down a few employees at Princess Craft for about a week and a half, for reasons that you might imagine, just precautionary stuff. Which means that we're all filling a whole bunch of different roles and all that. So I'm the one who's most likely to be able to fire up the equipment and jump in. But PJ's been running around. I think she's planning on jumping in. Lindsay is still filling in, but she's running errands. She's off site. So I digress. I see a Facebook user says, you and me and Dana. Okay, yes, there we go. So we are live and we are seeing people join up. Thank you so much for being a part of this. So because I'm shooting from the hip a little bit today and not necessarily sure where this conversation will go, I'm going to need some of your input as we go forward. Good afternoon and say hi and bye. I have to run back. Okay, all right. Thanks for checking in with us, and we'll just catch up later. Anywho, PG and I were talking about, we're about to have our Fall Texas Tiny Trailer Rally come up, and that's just a few weeks away. And we're going to have a lot of little kind of breakout sessions. It's not really breakout session like we're running them, more like breakout sessions like, hey, I really am an avid knitter, crocheter, or an avid fisher, fly fisher person, whatever it is. And we're doing these sessions where people can say, hey, I love doing this thing. I'd love to teach some people or share that passion with some people. So we started I found her. Here she is.
I made it.
Yeah. So, I have a checklist set up. I have a feeling Paul posted that we're looking for tips and tricks, which we'll probably get to, but we pivoted after he posted.
But that's all right. We can talk about tips and tricks too.
Okay, but
you know what? I have a feeling we could talk about just about anything we want to.
Yeah,
We just talk about
sure.
10 different things. Who cares?
But I digress. Let's go back to these hobby ideas that people get passionate about. If you had all the time in the world, what are some of those things that you would pursue? This is literally the way you phrased it to me just a second ago, but then you ran off.
Because that's what I've been thinking about today and trying to figure out what I wanted to include in the rally, anything we should add in.
Okay.
You know, people ask us questions beforehand. Could I do this? Could I teach this? Could I have a get-together where we talked about this?
Yeah.
And I think, but back to your question, if it was me, there's so many things. Now, I probably would want to take some lessons, and I would love to learn how to make really nice silver jewelry. I realize it's not something that you can learn overnight, but I would love to be able to draw. I would love to be able to, to me, mosaicing things with all of the cheap leftover broken things in my closet is it's kind of like doing jigsaw puzzles for some people. It's just it passes the time, it calms me down. And
do you find when you do those art projects like your mosaics, and I've seen a few of the things that you worked on, do you get in that state of time where that frame of mind where you lose time? It's called flow state. Is that one of those things?
And then all of a sudden it's midnight and I'm like, oh, but I wanted to do just a little more.
Right.
And I'm always torn when I have to quit.
Okay.
So
you would like to take that kind of avenue that you already work in the mosaics and take it into you'd like to learn to draw and all that.
Yeah.
I've never seen you really do anything but fast sketches whenever we're trying to come up with ideas here. Do you have any drawing background?
I don't know. I don't ever do more than one stab at almost anything.
But the jewelry making.
But I think if I camped more, I would want to take something like that with me and maybe learn more.
Some crafty
I just have
thing.
to kind of plan.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike. A guitar. Okay. Can we tell our guitar story?
Which one?
Well,
we have a guitar story.
Did you remember what I wanted for my birthday?
Yes, and your birthday passed because we were busy. But I thought about it a few times. Yeah.
And I wanted a guitar because I played Clint's guitar at the last rally, and he had the strings set really low, and I could actually play it. It was so cool. So yeah, who wouldn't want to play the guitar? And Clint should give you lessons, Mike. He is a hell of a guitar player. Yeah.
It's a bar high. So,
True.
And here's the deal: is I think that's the only guitar you've ever picked up that actually was set up properly. Because I don't.
Phil.
I don't feel like those.
And Judy, maybe.
I don't feel like those. That my guitar is exceptionally low. It's not like a shredder guitar. It's an acoustic guitar. It's just I bet you've never played on a guitar that was set up.
I don't think
with
I've
the right
ever.
action.
I probably never played on a guitar that cost over $200.
Well, mine it didn't.
But
it's just set up.
So I don't know. I just get whatever happens to be.
Yeah, but when you've been playing on your guitars at home or whatever, but also your daughter's guitar.
You're getting a nice offer here. Trade guitar tips for coffee. You will have a winner there. Hey, Mike, are you in charge of all our coffee times at the rally? If you're not, you should be. Did you volunteer for that? Lindsay would love it. Just putting it out there.
But she only wants tea.
No, yeah, but coffee for the other 200 people, including me.
Right. So yeah, I think that we still need to keep that on the radar. Is get a guitar in your hands that is set up with a low action. That way it's easy and you're not fighting the strings and you can learn it.
Yeah.
Because you're musical. You're already inclined that way. So.
Who knew?
Yep.
So,
yep. Mike is in charge.
What would you guys like to do that you don't do, and why don't you do it? As humans, maybe we just don't ever get that project started.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it? But camping is the perfect time, and being outdoors is the perfect time to do so many things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I've been thinking of lately.
I think a really good, I'm already set with Lindsay for the perfect. He doesn't need us in the loop. I like a good. I think a good hobby is one that gets you to that flow state, but maybe not 100% of the time. I think some of the time you actually have a little bit of a struggle element. That way you have some things to overcome as well, like learning guitar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so learning guitar. All right, if you have a set-up instrument and it's easy to play, that really does help. And when you start playing songs and you can just kind of lose yourself in playing chords and progressions and songs, that's really fun. But if there's a little bit of struggle and win, coming into that flow state, now that's a perfect hobby to me. Is that there's always a little bit more to, I don't know, to pursue.
Well, if you ever want to know about hobbies with Clint, you just ask him for the top 10. Okay? Because he's that guy. That's how geeks are.
That's problematic at home.
The top 10. Because you don't want the whole list. You only want the top 10.
Yeah. Well, you asked me, when you phrased it, if you had all the time in the world, what would you do? I'd be like, I'd like to figure out how to have more time because I would still want to do still more. I mean, I was out a few weeks ago learning to windsurf. It was fun, you know? If I lived near the coast or near a better body of water, I'd totally think about.
You'd be a windsurfer.
I'd wind drowner, but.
What about you guys?
Yeah. So I heard one of his hobbies is trying to ride 2 electric hoverboards at the same time or something.
Yeah, and I have video of that. That was pretty darn funny.
So yeah, I for me, in realm of the camping and outdoor stuff, I'd love to learn how to be a better fisherman or fly fisherman or something like that. I think that'd be cool. I'd love to do more mountain biking. I never really did that much of it, and some of those trails are pretty gnarly. I would damage myself, but it'd be a neat hobby to work my way into.
It's a dangerous hobby. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd love to pick
Everything has an element of danger, though, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'd love to. A hobby to pursue is learning all of these cool little survival skills. I know that stresses some people out, but it's cool because you learn all the sciencey stuff behind why this works and that works, and survival skills encompasses so many things like reading the stars, reading the weather.
I just feel like that's so trendy now, though.
No,
being a survivalist.
No. I think surviving's been a trend for a long time, like since the beginning.
Well, since people wanted to survive.
And I think it was a big deal.
Well, maybe it's just from the TV show Survivor.
I think it was a big deal when Westerns were popular. I think it was probably a huge deal.
Maybe.
I think anytime there's a conflict in our history, it just comes to mind.
Maybe.
I mean, the homesteading thing that comes and goes, that's tied right next to survivalism.
And camping.
Exactly.
Yes.
It goes
and being out there in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, hey, Mike, I am so glad you're here. Thank you for being so chatty. Is anybody else out there? Anybody else have anything they like to do? What do you do? What else do you do? Because some people just read incessantly.
Which is a great hobby.
I don't know. I can't do that, though. What do you do if you can't read?
Learn to read.
Yeah. Drink coffee.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I can't read.
No, maybe because it's all jittery.
That's right. Maybe that's my problem.
Other hobbies.
What do we? Because what would be good to get people interested in?
Did you ever want to
at the rally? What would be a cool idea?
Did you ever want to do like rock climbing? Yeah.
I would love that, but since I'm not that strong.
Would you ever want to make a hobby of riding elevators up and down mountainsides? Get a good belay team.
I am all on a chairlift. Just give me that chairlift. I don't know. Yeah, there's things I'd love to do too, but.
Oh yeah, well, I could have used that when I got too far away.
Now that would be a cool hobby.
Well,
a surfboard with a motor on the back.
They make those. They make them, and they do. I'll have to pull up some YouTube videos for you later and waste all of our time. They're cool. They're especially now with the lithium ion revolution going on. They're pretty dang cool.
What about cooking? I know so many people who love to cook, and that is their big hobby when they go camping. I like to eat when I go camping.
Put a chicken in that box for me.
Yeah, but I don't like to cook.
I feel like
all that much. I mean, I will do it to have something great to eat, but some people really love the just talent and the finesse of cooking.
I feel like every time it comes up with me and I get this like I want to cook, it's not so much that I love doing the cooking, it's just that I want to know how. I want that skill set just because I want another skill set, but I don't feel this inner motivation to apply it, so it doesn't rank so high. One time I got on a kick where I was going to learn how to season my cast iron, and I seasoned those things beautifully, but I didn't do much with them afterwards. The thing I was interested in was the seasoning,
crazy.
Sorry, y'all.
Well, hey Judy, it looks like you're with us. What do you do when you go camping? What is your relax? What is your learning? What is your thing? Because I need to know what people other than me are interested in.
Do an Omnia cook-off. It was a huge success at Tile Road. I haven't actually seen an Omnia in person, but I have heard so much about them. It's that device that Mandalay and Kendrick love so much.
Yeah.
I hear it's amazing.
Paint bottles. The bottles.
They're emptying bottles. Might as well paint.
I guess. Or mosaic them.
Yeah.
You can do both.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we could do. I could bring all of my broken dishes and we could just mosaic things. I would love that. I would get lost.
Well, I think the starter place is always those little tiles for your yard. You always start mosaicing there.
Yeah, but really, who wants a tile for their yard? They're big, they're heavy.
When you're tired of it, you break it and mosaic with it.
But board games, we
Mm-hmm.
can't get people at rallies to play board games. But I love board games.
Yeah.
My husband refuses to play. He just flat refuses.
I refuse to get that board.
Yeah. You don't like board games?
We've talked about this.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't do board games either. Some people just flat don't do board games. So weird to me. I have board games in my closet from my childhood. I have my first boyfriend written on my board game.
Oh, see.
Ever.
Board games in my childhood, those were traumatizing events. So
Yeah,
that's
okay.
the reason I don't play board games now. I mean, have you ever had a real competitive game of Hi-Ho Cherry-O? Ooh, I shudder to think.
He's making fun of us board gamers. He's just making fun of us. But chili cook-off or a rib cook-off, we do the chili cook-off on the truck camper rally.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't done that on the
Tiny Trailer Rally.
Tiny Trailer Rally.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I'm going to pull this one back up. Trail hiking and exploring, photographing wildlife and nature scenes. And since this is in the community group on Facebook, I'm afraid I can't see who this comment is from. But yeah, did you ever want to be like good at hiking?
I wanted to be stronger at hiking.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
stronger.
So
Just stronger, always.
Growing up,
Because
I wanted to
I wanna-
do the backpacking trips. And I
Yeah,
never
the
did that.
3-day backpacking
Yeah,
trips.
carry it all in, carry it all out. I wanted to do that.
You know what? I wouldn't mind that because I think that would be an amazing getaway for somebody like me who has trouble disconnecting. But I don't know what to
Folks,
take.
no truer word has ever been spoken. She has trouble.
I do. Trouble right here in River City. But I wouldn't know what to put in my backpack. I would need a guide to help me with what do I carry?
Well, you know what's cool is that you can literally find...
Am I playing the dumb blonde again? I mean,
No.
I don't know what to put in
No.
the
I think
backpack.
that's something that a lot of people face. It's a daunting task to be like, but what if I forget some needed component? But there's services out there in all these national parks where they will give you a time, a guide, and a pack that is properly packed. And you can go for 3 days, a week, whatever.
Is anybody out there with the Tiny Trailer Rally know how to pack an overnight pack for if you really want to get away and go spend the night
Mm-hmm.
far off? Could we have somebody? If you know how to do that,
Yeah.
let us know because I would love to see a fully packed pack.
Yeah.
And somebody to say, here's your list, this is what you do. Now, I could Google it, right? But then I'd get 1,000 answers and it wouldn't be hands-on. I want to see it. I want to ask questions. I want to in-person know how to do that.
REI, places like REI, do classes specifically on that.
Yeah, but then
And
I
they-
actually have to take the time and I have to. That is all my problem. And George is right. He says, take a trip with Mandy. She'll teach me.
Yeah.
She would absolutely teach me.
But
but
you have to take the time to do that.
I'd have to stop what I'm doing and go take the trip, and I haven't done that. George, I should.
She has a problem.
I should. I have a lot of them, but that's one of them. So that is something
look.
that I would love to know.
Andrea's going to have her hiking gear with her, so there you go.
Oh, Andrea,
Mm-hmm.
would you have an informal session where you talk about hiking gear? I would love that. And do you overnight hike? Do you spend the night out one night? I don't want to hike for a week somewhere, but I would love to be able to go somewhere and spend an entire night and then come back and have what I needed. I really honestly think I'm too weak to carry much more than one night.
But
I would like that.
Then what you need is either...
So let me know if you're up for it.
Bring a pack dog.
That would be awesome.
Bring
a pack dog.
Yeah, a pack dog.
Yes. Oh, you would do it. Cool. I'm going to talk to Lindsay and I'm going to find a time for that.
Cool.
George, have you taken a trip with Mandy and done the overnight backpacking? Because, as a camper, it's just something that I think would be cool.
Yeah.
So
It's just another component. And it's always been a dream. I mean, I never have done a backpacking trip. I've done car camping. And
well,
then
maybe that's
moved
more
to
like the Survivor thing you were talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Want to be a survivor.
I mean, I went through a phase where I was reading about mountain climbers and ice climbers and all that when I was a teenager, and I thought it'd be so cool. But here I lived in South Texas, and there was none of that, either of that.
Yeah.
There was no access, so I moved on.
Well, I grew up in suburban Houston. There was
Yep.
There was we hiked along the bayou and tried to be sure we didn't get eaten by
alligators.
There's no alligators, but there was
where I was hiking.
A lot of water moccasins.
Oh, we had that. So I was hiking around and boating and skiing around Coleto Creek, Garcitas Creek, Lake Texana, and they all had alligators and water moccasins.
Really?
Yeah.
I was tubing and anyway had a water moccasin episode, and I've never been tubing since. Never.
I about lost a kidney
never
tubing
ever.
once, but that's a whole other thing. So,
well, what about the other thing that's really popular, of course, with camping is photography.
Yep.
And while I think I just cannot bring myself to get fully invested in the minutia of photography. I love beautiful photographs, but maybe that's why I just want to learn to draw. Give me a pencil and a paper. I do not want to remember all of the details and the stuff that goes into it. And you love the minutia of it all.
Yes, but what's funny about photography is I love equipment for some reason. I have
You
an
love the
equipment
gear.
problem, and I love manipulating the equipment. And gosh darn, whatever the photo comes out, I actually care less about the photography product than I do manipulating the gear. It's the weirdest thing.
It is the weirdest thing.
So anyways,
probably not uncommon, but so how many campers do you think are also photographers? Like, speaking of Mandy. Hi, Mandy.
And Amy McGee, she's posting. She just did a trip with Mandy, and she's been posting some of the work that she's been doing. Because they take them into Photoshop, and then kind of sporadically put out their next batch.
Well, that's part of photography
nowadays.
So
yeah.
Mandy and Kendrick do some amazing things with all
So
that.
George also said you can check out Girl in the Woods and her husband Bush Radical from up in Michigan. They are on Facebook.
You've never met her. Okay.
We should fix that.
Yeah. Come to the rally and we'll get her there and we'll fix that. She made the last one, right?
Yes.
Well, I guess I have a struggle with photography. I just don't know why. I love taking pictures. I just don't want to. My phone does just fine because it's so easy.
Right, and phones are so good now that you can still have a great hobby of photography.
Well, I don't. Hobby, I think, is the key word there when you have a phone. But it's a lot better than it used to be. So, I don't know. Those are the ones that I hear about. But I don't know. What do people want to know more about?
Yeah. as do van dwellers. Because van life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Photography to me, sometimes people seem to use it as a way to say, hey, I'm here. I've been here. I'm recording the moment kind of thing. Howdy, Denise.
And so they probably won't make it to, she's pretty good at coming to almost every other one. Isn't she?
She tries,
made this spring
but
one.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Lindsay is going to make it to her next rally. That's nice. We're going to ship her off. So, Denise, did you just join us? Glad you're here. Do you have a hobby that you enjoy when you're camping? Let us know. We're trying to sort out things that people want to learn that they haven't learned yet. And what we might be able to share, connect experts with people who want to learn. So
Denise was in Bandera just the past week.
Oh, wow.
Wait. It's she has a photo that she's on YouTube joining us.
Oh,
that's cool.
Wonderful. Why were you in Bandera, the cowboy capital of the world?
Because awesome.
So.
There you go, Mike. Got a response.
Okay.
Just got a kayak. Yes.
Guess what I got for my birthday?
What did you get?
A kayak.
Did you really?
Yes.
I didn't even know.
It's an inflatable kayak. So we've only taken it out once, and it was in Bastrop.
Okay.
And I have to say, it was a lot more work to blow up than we anticipated. So.
Get a pump?
Yeah. We need to work on that and get back in that hobby, because right now it hasn't gone out for a second run.
Hey, Phil.
But yeah, kayaks are awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the kayak has been in my wish list on Amazon for a couple of years, but I keep on buying other hobby stuff.
Okay, I was driving by, dropping off my weekly bag of garbage to Goodwill, and they had 2 kayaks.
Some of the inflatable ones?
No,
the plastic.
real kayaks.
Okay, uh-huh.
And one was a little bigger than the other one, and they were matching, and I was like, his and hers kayaks, and you would drop them off at Goodwill? Wow. And then I kept meaning to go back in case they showed up and I could buy these 2 kayaks, but I didn't make it back there.
Well, you also drive a Mazda Miata. How are you
Yeah,
going to get them home?
And they weren't checked in yet. They were in the drop-off spot.
Oh, okay.
But it made me think, wow, that's kind of cool. Because the kayak that I got for my birthday, Richard and I can use together, which is very cool. But maybe it'd be cool to have a small one just for myself. And
well, if we finally got you that guitar, he could be, doing the paddling, and you could be strumming your guitar on the front end.
I could play guitar in my kayak. You have the molded plastic one. It had a hole in the hull. How do you fix it? How do you fix
they
that?
make patches for that kind of plastic, polymer, whatever. They make patches.
Well, Denise, that sounds even better than what I would have found on Goodwill.
Haven't you seen
Goodwill
the
ice? I bet.
Flex
You
Seal
win the prize for
infomercial?
kayaks.
It's a Flex. Just slap a Flexi Seal or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
an infomercial.
Cool. Well, let me know how that goes, Denise, because that is one of the things that I am trying to do.
Yeah, plastic welding.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and I think that you can use you basically make a slurry. So there's various ways. Yeah.
Okay. It's about a 1-inch hole. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Soldering iron to melt plastic back into place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Get it hot, it'll flow. Yep.
All right. Well, I just learned something. Man, lots of dances.
Yeah, she's our dancer.
Oh. How did I miss that?
She didn't bring it up last week, but she brought it up a few weeks ago.
How did I miss it? I didn't know that.
She really likes dancing. So, yeah.
So far it's holding. Don't drown out there, okay?
Are you going to... So you're going to try to learn a little bit about overnight backpacking at the next rally.
Love that.
Are you taking another thing to try, or are you expecting to be just too busy with all the campers? Because we have something like 100 and what signups?
I don't even know. Last time I checked, which was well over a week ago, it was like 109 campers.
That's
which is
far and away the most signups we've ever.
175 to 200 people.
Yeah.
So it's going.
We
to
might be
be
busy.
Crazy.
We might not be hobby much.
I might be busy just walking and chatting with everybody, because sometimes I have people that leave and then I'm like, whoa, didn't even know you were there. I didn't get to see you. So I'm going to do all I can to just walk and chat. And hopefully find the best cooks, because I won't be cooking. That is one of the hardest things at the rallies for us, is
getting
eating.
Away to
eat,
yeah.
or having something to eat.
Yeah.
We don't prepare well for ourselves once we get there. In the past, we haven't. Maybe someone will.
We
help
are
us,
good at finding the Dollar General or whatever the local grocery store
somebody
is.
go grab some bread and peanut butter. We need some lunch. So maybe I'll sort out the good cooks.
Yeah.
Because here's what I do know: a really good camp cook always cooks more than they need. They always cook more.
I think that's a really good cook.
Yeah, maybe just a really, I don't know, maybe.
Who happens to be camping.
Who happens to be camping. So I don't know. But yeah, I think this rally won't be my time to learn a lot. It will be my time to talk to all these cool people.
Which in and of itself can be a great hobby.
Yes.
Just being with other people and enjoying them.
Well, talking is one of the things that I do a lot of. So I'll feel right at home. I chat all day long. Here. Talk. I get home, my husband says, "How was your day?" And I say, "Fine."
You ran out of words?
Really? And I'm like, yeah, that's all I got.
Use all your words. When you're at the rally, be sure to get away from the crowd and go down to, yes. Yeah, that is a beautiful little spot on them. And my kids love it.
It is.
Are my kids coming? No, school.
And it's not a bad hike to get down to the river. Maybe that's something we should do at the rally. Is there something we could... We should have a rock skipping contest.
Nah.
Yes. Yes, totally. Come on. What else do you do down by the river? Because we can't... It'd be hard to do fishing down there.
Well, you sing that song from Oh Brother Where Art Thou? I went down to the river to pray.
Okay.
That's what you do. That's a hobby down by the river. No? Okay.
All right. Think of something we can do down by the river, because it is a great hike and it's just a nice getaway down there.
There are a lot of country songs about what to do down by the river, and I don't think that that's a community event.
I am just walking past that. I don't know what he's talking about, but I know I don't want to. Just moving right past it.
So true that simply the camaraderie of camping is great. And build cairns.
Cairns. Now,
that's
what are cairns?
Rock stacks.
Oh, rock stacks.
Yeah, that's a hot...
It's a hot topic. Did
that's
you know
an
that?
argument thing.
Yeah, why is
that? Causes
that?
arguments. Yeah. Bring a big chair and just sit in it.
Yes. I will bring a chair and I will be the resident spectator for these events. How's that?
I think that little spot on the river, it's too shallow. I was going to say, it needs a good rope swing, but right there it's a little bit too shallow.
Somebody would get hurt.
It would be me.
Mm-hmm. It would be you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, how do you like No Beard Clint?
You call me Kurt.
Kurt. I almost said Kurt. Yeah. No, not No Beard Kurt. No Beard Clint.
It's still there. It's just really short.
Yeah.
Like skin level.
Yeah, we never know who's going to walk in the door. So.
My kids are so mad at me still. Like
really?
Every day. My son is bringing it up daily. Why'd you cut your beard off? What's the matter to you, 3-year-old? It's me. So.
Yeah. Well, if y'all have any other ideas for us, we are all ears.
Yeah, and
should we do a crafty thing? Should we have a crafty thing?
Well, why can't I think of names right now? She was going to Polly was going to do a
crafty thing?
Knitting or crocheting? She was going to do something.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe there is something crafty. So I love the crafty part of it, but I know that we didn't do it last time.
Mm-hmm.
So we tried to kind of pare back for COVID, Oh, I hate to even say that word out loud. I don't know what October is going to bring, but maybe we're looking for things that we could do outside.
Cross stitch and needlepoint.
Oh, shoot me now.
I don't know that I have.
Shoot me now.
But
kind of. Maybe Polly does, so
yeah.
She can train help those that are interested.
I need someone who can go and hold a little session on how to fold fitted sheets.
No. I can solve that problem for you. That is right. That is okay. Sorry, guys. That is right up.
Found a soapbox. There it is.
It is right up there with rolling up the cord on the vacuum cleaner. Why? Just wrap it up, hang it on the hook, good to go.
On the vacuum cleaner?
Yes. I mean, some man came up with the idea.
What kind of maniac are you?
Wrapping it all up and hooking the cord on. Just hang it on the hook. You're going to unroll it next time.
Chaos. Utter chaos. You don't fold fitted sheets. Just wash them and put them back on the bed.
Exactly. I tell you how you fold them. You fold them over, and then I fold in all the raw edges, and then I flap it together, and it looks like it's folded perfectly, and no one can tell. No one can tell. In the cabinet. And no one can tell on the bed either, so we're good.
Okay, well, this is what we've come to.
This is why I go camping. Because there are no vacuum cleaners, and I don't care. There are no folded sheets. They're on the bed. That's it.
All right. Well, any parting words?
Yeah, sorry for all of it.
But thanks for joining us. It has been fun. I learned a little bit about your chaotic vacuum life. Okay, everybody. We will see you soon. Take care. If you have ideas of things that you would love to see kind of take place at the rally, hit up Lindsay.
Or things you just like to learn more about. We're going to try to find experts. And of course, all of you are coming to the rally, right? Every single one of you. You're going to be there, right? Most of you. Some of you. See you there, I hope. Because it's my time to relax and just chat.
I'm not pushing this finish streaming button until you get awkward.
I've been there, done that. Bye, guys. I'll see you next Friday.
Bye, everybody.